The saying is smooth seas, like the water, the ocean, smooth seas never made a good captain. Think about that. When the water's flat, everybody's a good captain. When there's no wind, everybody can run a boat. When the seas are 6, 8, 10 foot, the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour, there's thunderstorms, and I'm smiling because I run boats all the time. I can promise you that makes you a much better captain when you go through that. Hey, how are you? Welcome back to the Freedom Factory podcast. I'm back in my spot, guys. So you guys know that last week I was in Dallas for the podcast. The previous 2 weeks, I was in the sky on Monday, flying over the oceans. But I'm back feeling refreshed, good. We just came off a big event that was phenomenal. If you're paying attention, we acquired another company, and things are all good in the hood when it comes to the business. So I want to talk to you guys about a topic that you hear mentioned every once in a while. Well, the topic not mentioned, but you hear this like phrase, and the phrase is network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached. And you usually hear this from the more established, successful network marketers. And when successful people speak, you should pay attention and understand what they're saying. And I agree with this. I agree that. And I heard this, the very first time I heard this said, I was less than 6 months in to network marketing for the first time. We're 16 years in, so I'm taking you back over 15 years ago when I heard it for the first time. But I heard this, that network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it. And I didn't know what that meant, but I think I fully understand what it means now because I've got 16 years of building in this profession and going through the process. And without, going off into the details and off into the weeds for this podcast, it's not really important. There's just been a lot of things that we have seen. So in my 16 years, some of the bigger things is, well, one, the company we joined went through an explosion. We caught the company at the beginning. Most new companies don't make it. When they do make it, you are in a pretty good position because you're so early in the process for market share. Like you're the one that gets to share information early. That does not mean that if you're in a company that's 16 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, that it's not a good opportunity anymore because things happen. And so, I heard it then, and we went through this big growth. And of course, when you go through a big, fast growth, you think you know everything until you don't. The growth that we were on did not continue. We went from 12 million the first year, well, from 0 to 12 million. Okay, year one, 12 million to about 40 million. Okay, more than tripled, right, in volume sales. From 40 to over 100 million the next year to just around 200 million in the fourth year. So in 4 years to 200 million in sales. That's a rocket ship of a company, right? But then it started to plateau and has been plateau ups and downs for many years. And so that was one phase. So I thought we knew everything. The way we did things was the way it was going to always be. No. But it took us, it took 2 years for us to figure out that it wasn't like it was before. And then for some people, it's taken 4 to 6 years to realize it wasn't like it was before, right? So some people are 10 years in going, hey, this ain't the same company anymore. Right. So that was the one thing. The second big thing that happened since in my 16 years that was a learning process for me is social media. So social media, we joined our company in 2009. It was just beginning, right? It wasn't until 2011, 2012, 2013 that social media was really starting to get some traction inside of network marketing, where people were selling online and finding new business partners online. And so we had to learn or grow through that. Like, in other words, you have to decide, do you ignore this monster of social media, or do you adapt and learn it so that you can grow? And then most recently, the third biggest thing that's happened is many companies going out of business, in my opinion, because of social media, because they had a bunch of reps, distributors, business partners, consultants that were only selling product, not selling a product through distribution channels or setting up pipelines, distribution pipelines. They weren't doing that. They were the one and only pipeline. They were selling on social media, and they burned out. And they had thousands and thousands of people doing this in these companies. And when those people burned out, the revenue dropped, and those companies had to shift gears. Some of them closed the doors. A lot of them completely shut down the business building, the team building side of things, and only have what's known today as affiliate marketing or affiliate program. And we've gone through that phase as well. And there's been a lot of people who thought, because of the social media run, that was the only way to do this. And they forgot how to do live meetings. They forgot how to do live presentations. They forgot how to go to events, and they forgot how to lead teams. And now they're reaping the benefits of forgetting. And that is not a good thing. So these things I have watched happen over the last 16 years. And I'm going to tell you, when I heard it again this weekend, that network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached, it made me smile, because it's true. It was true 16 years ago. It's true 6 days ago. It's true, guys. That's what this is. Now, for those of you that are just getting started, maybe in network marketing, maybe you're making a few $100 a month, maybe you just got the beginning of a team growing, you may not understand this until you've got dozens and dozens of people on your team, or you've been in the industry for 6 years or more, or 4 years or more, or you got a big team. Once you're into those phases, this will start to make sense to you, because you go through things. And as you go through things, hopefully you learn, right? The smart people learn and adjust. The not so smart people resist and don't learn. And those people end up finding themselves out of the industry, blaming the industry. Oh, the industry's so bad. We went through that phase too, the anti-MLMers that are just so bitter for I don't know what reason. But anyway, I want to talk to you guys about this personal development aspect of our profession. So I've got 4 points that I want to kind of touch base with you. The first thing is, when you think about developing anything, right, it takes time, right? This profession is not something that happens in a few months or even a few years. When I say kind of like it doesn't happen in that period of time, what your expectations are for most people, if your expectations are 100 grand a year in income or more, can you make it in the first 2 years? Yes, you can. In fact, Lynette, my wife, and I did. Within our first 2 years in network marketing, we were making a 6-figure income. So yes, you can. Is that the case for everyone? Absolutely not. Okay. It takes time. And so the rule of thumb is 3 to 5 years for most. And that's if you're extremely consistent and you're not following the fads. Okay. Consistent with the things that we know work. So just know it's going to take time, right? Things take a while to develop, and developing yourself is definitely going to take time. Developing the team is going to take time, but developing yourself is going to take more time than getting to the 6-figure income, guys. Now, along the way, you have to get better. You have to have emotional intelligence. You're not going to make a six-figure income in network marketing if you're constantly upsetting your team, constantly running people out of your organization. If people are not attracted to be around you, if they're not seeing you as a leader, you're not going to make it to the six-figure income. And if you do, you got fortunate, and it's not going to last. Newsflash. Okay. So developing yourself takes a long time, and it comes during the process to earning the money. But then once you earning the money, this is where the game really starts to get interesting, because it's where you start to really get to see things from a bigger perspective. And then you have a decision on how you're going to react. So for Lynette and I, when I told you, we had this run of success with the company, by 2012, we were already doing over $1 million a month in sales. And I told you that's about the time social media got going. So to my point, we were already having a lot of success. And I thought we kind of knew what was going on. But then this social media thing comes around, and there's all kind of things that happen. We had people that left our team because they thought we didn't know anything about social media and it was going to be the only way to build. True, we didn't know much about social media. Funny thing is, a lot of those people have gone now to 3 or 4 or 5 different companies, and they're not making nearly the income we made then or make now. But they left our team because we weren't the smartest kids on the block when it comes to network marketing. So we learned. We had to learn. So my point is, a big part, I told you guys there were kind of 3 big phases for Lynette and I learning. One, we went through the learning process of a fast growing company, and then a not so fast, right? We went through the process of learning about a new way of doing the business, social media. We learned there, and now learning through this affiliate thing. So you're going to have the success, but then the real learning comes after, and how you handle those things. And this takes time. So who knows when the next big thing is going to happen in our profession, but you're going to either learn and grow or not learn and be out of the business. Okay. So number 1, this is going to take time. Okay. Personal development will take time. Number 2, do you learn more when you're winning or losing? And there's really no losing, right? Like no one's losing. Like there's no wins and losses in this thing, but losing meaning you're not getting what you want. Like you're getting what you want, you're making the money you want, things are growing, or you're not making the money you want, you're not growing, winning or losing, right? When do you learn more? Well, your really strong leaders learn more when they're losing, trying to figure things out. Think about it. When things are going good, you're kind of just like, we got this. Kind of like, okay, so our first phase, when this company blew up and we went to $200 million in sales, if someone came to me and said, hey, you guys doing these live meetings and these live trainings and these phone calls, you guys are doing it all wrong. The way to do this is in Facebook and going live and Facebook groups. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to go. If someone would have told me that, and they did, by the way, I'd have laughed. I would have laughed and said, you are out of your mind. I am doing $1 million a month in sales, $1 million a month in sales. Our teams are blowing up all over the United States, all over the world. And you're going to tell me how to do this business? Okay. My point is, when we were exploding, I was kind of focused just on what we were doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. But I've learned a lot more since our company has gone through some ups and downs, like every company goes through. Okay. I've learned a lot more on the other side, because now you have to go into kind of this mode of figuring things out and asking more questions. Like when you're winning, when things are exploding, you're not asking many questions. You think you know everything. But when things are not going that way is when you start asking questions and you start learning. And so I did a lot of question asking. I did a lot of observations, and I've learned a lot more since 2012 and in the whatever that is, 13, 14 years, about to be 14 years, than the previous 3 or 4 when things were exploding. Okay. So number 2 is When things are not going the way you want, that's when you develop the most. I know it's not something we want to look forward to. It's not something anybody wants to look forward to, but the real leaders, that's when they learn the most, when things are not going the way they want. You learn more about yourself, you learn more about other people, and you learn how to get better the next time it happens. All right. Number 3. Oh, the final thing I wanted to is there's a saying. This probably will kind of, you know, if you don't understand what I was just saying about point number 2, the saying is smooth seas, like the water, the ocean, smooth seas never made a good captain. Think about that. When the water's flat, everybody's a good captain. When there's no wind, everybody can run a boat. When the seas are 6, 8, 10 foot, the wind's blowing 30 miles an hour, there's thunderstorms, and I'm smiling because I run boats all the time. I can promise you that makes you a much better captain when you go through that. If you've never gone through it, you don't know. So that's my point. When you go through the rough stuff, that's what makes you better. Okay. Smooth seas, that doesn't. All these realtors a few years ago that thought they knew everything about houses in the real estate market are no longer even in the industry. They're not even, they're realtors, but they're not even selling houses. And they were telling me, someone that's been buying houses for over 25 years, what was going on in the profession. And I was like, okay, sure. Okay. So I've been through things. And as you go through things, you learn. You guys got the point. Number 3, this is one of the exciting things about personal development. There's no cap on it. I want you to think about this, guys. There is no finish line in personal development. And if network marketing is personal development attached to a what? Compensation plan. What does that mean? It means as you grow, your paycheck grows. This is it. Like, this is it. If you are not happy with your paycheck, you need to grow personally. And when you grow personally, when you get better, your team will grow, period. And the beauty is there's no cap on your personal development. There's no cap on your financial possibilities with this profession. As you grow personally, more income will find its way to you. Now, that is a beautiful thing that most people, if they're not in business for themselves or in a profession like network marketing, it's not available to you. You're at the mercy of your paycheck, your boss. Okay. And that's why I love network marketing being a personal development program attached to a compensation plan. As I grow, as I get smarter, as I get better, as my emotional intelligence goes up, as more people want to be in business and around me, my financial opportunities go up. How beautiful is that? Get better, get paid more. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. No cap. So yes, I want to get better. I want to continue to learn. And that's why I continue to do it on a weekly basis, constantly asking questions, learning in sessions with mentors and executives to help me grow so I can get better and then share that. Lastly, and I kind of touched on it just now, we're never done with this. So for all my network marketers out there that have this, I call it the freedom number, right? And you get to the freedom number, you guys, just getting to a number financially, while that's incredible, and it's my goal for all of you is to get financial freedom. That is my goal for you, is to remove financial anxiety from your life through financial education, or I'll call it financial entertainment that I give you. I'm not a licensed broker or advisor. Okay. When I give you financial kind of things, it's for, let's quote unquote, your entertainment. Or when I'm talking to you about network marketing, I'm doing these things, guys, with the thought in mind that I'm never done with this. I used to think I could do this for 3 to 5 years and I would be quote unquote done. Well, yes, done with some things, done with traditional jobs. Yes, I'm done with that because I built a team where there's enough leadership in place that if I choose to not talk about my opportunity, the checks will continue to go. Now, will the paycheck continue to grow? Only if I grow. If I grow, the paycheck grows. If I stop growing, If I stop getting better, then the paycheck will not continue to get better. And you can grade that a number of different ways, how you're getting better. Okay. Are more and more people wanting to follow your systems, your process, or less? If more and more people are wanting to know what you're doing and follow what you're doing and are grateful for what you're teaching them, you're growing. And I would say probably your paycheck's growing too. But if less people want to know what you're doing and you have less influence with people, I would say you're not growing and your paycheck's not growing. So that's the beauty here, guys, is as we get better, the paycheck gets better. The reward emotionally is better because you're helping people, but we're never done. I want you to understand you're never done with personal development. At what point in your life do you want to become a lesser person, less developed, right? I don't think that's not something I'm interested in. I want to always be getting better. One way I judge, maybe you can judge if you're getting better. It's not the financial piece. It's if you're controlling your emotions. Are things getting to you? If things are getting to you and you're finding yourself and you're upset more, you're more restless, that means your emotions have control over you. If you're saying things, you're finding yourself kind of being angry a little bit more than you had been in the past, you're going backwards in personal development because you should not let your emotions control your mouth or your decisions. It should be just the opposite. And so while this is a challenge, because, life is not going to be easy, it's going to be challenging. That's the beauty also of developing personally, becoming better, getting more control, and helping other people do the same is a beautiful way to spend your time. Spend your time, because at the end of the day, I'm never done. Most people that quote unquote retire, do you guys know most of those people pass away? They don't live much past retirement. It's when you really know why they picked 65 years old. Oh gosh, guys, people work their whole life and then they only get to see the benefit for a couple of years. And that's horrible. That's why I want all of you guys to have the financial money, the amount of money you need to live the way you want to live way before 65. And if you're 65 and you're not there, that's okay. It's not okay. But let's not think that you're done, because 65 is still very young. There's a lot of time left. And that's what this is all about, is getting better so that we can enjoy our time with and how we want, with the people we want, how we want, and not being controlled by other things. And so network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached to it. Very true statement. Think of it that way, guys. And now you know where to put some emphasis, right? You grow, the check grows, you're happy, your team's happy. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you next week on the podcast. See you later.